Naila Awan, right now, Haiti is being slammed by this massive hurricane, Matthew. You spent time dealing with post-earthquake Haiti. Imagine people still in their makeshift camps and what they're being hit with now. You also deal with climate change. And can you talk about how little these issues are being really raised right now?
Yeah, I think that with respect to like Haiti, we went in right when the earthquake initially happened and people gave relief, and then it kind of went off everyone's radar.
And President Clinton was the one who really spearheaded that as a post-president.
Right. And I mean, no one was talking about kind of the gender-based violence that was occurring in the camps, the fact that they weren't secure, the fact that aid workers were using like jobs and other forms of aid for survival sex. And I don't think that those issues have been addressed to the extent that they should have. So when you look at potentially having more problems on top of what already is occurring there and what still has not been fully remedied, unless we start thinking about how to properly provide international aid and how, like, putting structural mechanisms in place to make sure that there aren't abuses of power and that the women and children and like members of the LGBT community too there who had also been, disproportionately harmed by different acts of violence are protected, then I think we're going to be kind of in the same situation and further exacerbating those problems.
5 weeks away from the election. Yeah. What advice do you have for voters here in the United States?
I mean, what I can say is, like, get out and vote, right? Like, that is the best advice I have. There are numerous issues occurring around the country where people
are voting now in places like Vermont and other states. They're already voting.
Right, exactly. Early voting's already started in some states. It's starting next week in Ohio. But there is a chance, like what I said about the purges, that people might go to the polls and find out that their names are no longer on the rolls. Or, there might be at the poll challenges in Pennsylvania. I think people have to demand provisional ballots if they find that their names aren't on the rolls, because that's the only chance that your vote's even going to count. And there's a high likelihood that, when you go to the polls, if you encounter problems and if there are long lines, that people might turn away. But I think that people just really have to go out there and affirmatively say, if they're being denied their right to vote, give me a provisional ballot. And if they are able to cast a ballot, like, take advantage of whatever opportunities are available, whether they're evening, weekend hours, or election day.